Hello friends, welcome to Apache Maven video series. In the previous video, I had explained about Maven and its installation. In this video, I am going to explain about POM files and build lifecycle. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ganesh Hegde, working as Senior Engineer at Kpro Solutions Private Limited. Kpro is a leading provider in Datalake, cloud implementation, IoT, blockchain, artificial intelligence, deep learning, and mobile application development. The agenda for today's session is project object model. I will be explaining what it is, and I will be showing you some examples of POM and the relation between super POM and child POM, running Maven on top of that, and then we will see build lifecycle, its definition, various phases, and we will see the goals of build lifecycle. POM stands for Project Object Model. Basically, it is a XML file which resides in the base directory of project. It contains all the dependencies required to execute the program. It also contains plugins which are required for compiling and various settings for the build. Here is an example POM file. It looks like this. All the content of the POM file reside in the project tag, and the project tag starts with XML namespace, and then there is a model version. It is by default 4.0.0, and there is a group ID, artifact ID, and version. These are the mandatory tags. It is expected group ID and artifact ID together should be unique, and generally this group ID is in sync with the package name of the Java project, but there is no hard rule for this. And this is the version which will be appended to the file name after the build, and file name will also contain artifact ID. Let me show you the POM file. This is my sample project wherein I have a POM file, and inside my app I have a source code, and let me open this. You will see a lot of things here. It starts from project tag, then model version, group ID as I explained you, and then you will see properties. These are the properties I have defined for this POM, and you will see a tag called parent. So it is actually a child POM which is referring to the POM available in the parent directory. So the group ID and artifact ID of the parent POM is com kpro.applications and my-app respectively, and the version is 1.0-snapshot. Let us check the parent POM. Let me go to the parent directory, and here is a POM, and this is parent POM, and it also has group ID, artifact ID, version number, packaging, name, and URL. And in this POM I have declared some variables as properties, and these properties will inherit to the child POM. If you can see here, consider this JUnit, and the version here $JUnit.version, and this variable comes from parent POM from this properties. Similarly, for other plugins, I have defined all the variables. So if you have multiple project uh, one uh, uh, inside one main project, then you can declare a parent POM, and from there common properties can be inherited to the various child POMs. In this sample code, I have a hello world program. It's a very simple. I just want to execute this program with Maven. I will be creating a build out of this program. To do that, I need to start command prompt and navigate to this directory. That can be done easily by clicking on CMD in the address bar. Now I am in the right directory and I will be executing Maven clean package. So what it does is it will create if there is any previously created builds. So in our case there is nothing, and package is creating a jar file out of the classes Java classes created. Let me execute this. I was playing with this Maven before starting this video, so it is not downloading any plugins which I mentioned in the POM file. Otherwise, you will be seeing some downloading of packages, and that is one-time activity. Let us see what are the jar files created as part of this build. However, the build is successful and it is showing here, and these are the some messages, descriptive message it is giving, and we will see the jar which is created. You can see here a folder called target is created. Inside that various folders are created, and you will see here my app -1.0 snapshot.jar is created, and the classes are here. There is only one class and it is created as app.class. So that's how a build can be created from Maven. Let us look at what is build lifecycle. Build lifecycle is well-defined sequence of phases, and various phases of build lifecycle are clean, default, and site. These are the main cycles. As part of clean, Maven will clean the project or previously created builds. There will be three phases inside clean build lifecycle: pre-clean, clean, and post-clean. As part of pre-clean, it verifies all the detail and then it will clean, and post-clean in this it will provides the message. If you see here, I have just executed Maven clean command, and first it scanned the project, and then it deleted this target directory as part of clean phase, and then it gave a message like build is successful, total time it has taken this much, and what is the time it has finished. Hence, the clean build is used to clean the previously executed builds from the target location or any configured build location. The next build lifecycle is default build lifecycle. And as part of this, there are various phases like prepare resources, validate that, compile the source code and test the compiled code, package the compiled code, and then install in the local repository, and finally deploy in the remote location. So all these phases will not be there in all the default build life cycle. So if we have mentioned install or deploy, then it will be available. As part of prepare resources, Maven will check all the resources whether they are available or not, and it configures for the next phase. It validates a POM file, whether everything is fine, whether the parsing is happening properly, all those things as part of validate phase. In the compile phase, it will compile the source code with the Maven compile plugin, and it will be by default placed in the target folder under classes directory. If there is any unit test return, it will run the test against the compiled classes. Then finally, as per the direction, it will package either to a zip file or jar file, var or ER file. If that build need to be installed, then it will go and save the build output to the local repository. Generally, local repository by default available at user home location under that .m2 directory. Finally, if the deploy is mentioned and the settings are configured to deploy in the remote location, the Maven will tries to deploy that build in the remote location. The next build lifecycle is site. And as part of this, Maven will create interdependency document and whatever the description is provided for the build. And it contains 4 phases: pre-site, site, post-site, and deploy site. Let us see how it can be done through Maven. I am at the console of my app project. I am going to run Maven site command. And it is progressing. And it is configuring a report plugin and generating all these pages like dependencies, dependency information report, about, plugin management, plugin summary report, etc. And it is successful. Let us see how it looks like. I am in the my app directory, and in the target there is a site directory, and you will see all these HTML pages are created, and also CSS is generated and images are placed. These are all default images from Maven, and dependency HTML, index HTML, plugin HTML, etc. are created. Let me open this index.html. Yes, the page will look like this, and we can navigate to another pages by clicking on these links, and the dependencies shows all the dependencies of this project. Licenses, if any, dependency file detail, JUnit and HAM crest, etc. if any. And it also provides Apache Maven coordinate for this project. And this is how documentation about the project can be generated with the site lifecycle. This is all from today's session. Let me quickly summarize what are the topics I have covered. I I covered POM, and I showed you the example POM and the relation between super POM and child POM, and I showed you how to run a Maven command on top of the POM. Then we have seen build lifecycle and its definition, phase and goals, etc. And in the next session, I will be focusing on build profile and its activation through various methods like Maven setting, environment variable, OS, presence of some file, like that. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly provide your valuable feedback as a comment, and let us know if you want us to make any technical video of or any issues which you are facing in your project. You may write us at feedback@kpro.co.in. Please visit our YouTube channels like blockchain, cloud, data science, ETL, etc. to learn different technologies. You may follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter to get latest update. Thank you very much. Let's keep learning.